One of the most interesting stories that I reported on this week was the Land Disputes and Land Rights report. When it comes to land rights, land disputes, and how to resolve them, Rwanda is cited more and more as an example. A visiting MP's delegation from the Netherlands is impressed with how the country and its institutions find a way to make sure things are done fairly. The Dutch government is one of the key donors that contribute to the basket funding of the land reform process in Rwanda, implemented through the Land Tenure Regularization Program. And let's take a look back at this report.
Thank you very much, Annie. Honourable members of Parliament.
The visiting MPs interacted with officials from the Rwanda Initiative for Sustainable Development, an NGO which has worked to implement the 3-year project on securing land rights, local authorities, and project beneficiaries. The project was funded by the Dutch government.
Ubu badufasha mu bijyanye no kubahemba ndetse no kubaha ibikoresho. Ubu rero tukaba tubikwirakwiza mu gihugu hose. Turashaka no gushyira ingufu buriya butaka babukoresha bate, babubyaza umusaruro bate. So mu bijyanye rero n'ibishushanyo mbonera kubishyira mu bikorwa, ibyo ni ibindi twifuze ko twafatanya mu guteza imbere mu gihugu hose.
Great results. I mean, this is what we dreamt would happen, that these issues get resolved and that you can move on in your country. And we've traveled a bit around the country, and I think it's a beautiful country.
Currently, the project supports mediation services in only 11 districts. In the last 3 years, 335 land-related issues were identified, with 208 having been resolved by mediators instead of courts.
Urugendo ruri official rwaje kureba mu Rwanda nk'abakoranabikorwa babo nka official ba government, ariko baza no kureba abafatanyabikorwa ba government yabo nka civil society, nka government. Bakaba rero badutera inkunga kuva muri 2012 government yabo mu gufasha iyi gahunda yo kwandikisha ubutaka, cyane cyane dukurikirana ibikorwa bigendanye n'amakimbirane ava mu butaka mu gihe cyo kwandikisha, guhugura abunzi. Akaba ari inkunga ikomeye cyane, nibo batera nkunga babanje kugira ngo bavuge yuko bafasha leta, bagafasha n'aba civil society.
The project is funded by the Netherlands Embassy with technical assistance from the German Development Corporation.
What is it that you need more in this area? Maybe more knowledge or other things, because then we can debate on that in our parliament.
Abaholandi harimo abongereza nibo bambere, ariko twese duhuza mu kigega kimwe. Urebye abaholandi bashyiramo nk'amayero agera kuri miliyoni 5 ku mwaka, ariko agahuriramo n'andi avuye mu bandi baterankunga.
Inkunga batanze babaye na specific, bavuga yuko ari yo kuzafasha capacity y'abunzi, ni ukuvuga kubahugura, kubaha imyambaro iriya sharpe bambara, kubaha ibitabo bandikamwo ibibazo by'abaturage no kubikurikirana. Ni nacyo twabahuguyemo, gukoresha ibyo bitabo tukabafasha kubiprinting. Ubu rero byabaye nk'aho ari model. Ubu Ministry ya Justice nibifata izarebera ku byo twamaze kubaha.
To greater things ahead. Regis Isheja, Rise and Shine Rwanda. And joining us in studio now is Annie Kairaba, Director General of the Initiative for Sustainable Development. That's Rwanda Initiative for Sustainable Development. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
We love having you here. All right, so the Dutch delegation that's here in Rwanda, they have been clearly good partners, because that's the right term. It's partnering. They've been good partners by helping, pay the salaries, but also making sure that, lands are given in equality. There's equity there, and that Abunzi are doing a proper job, that they get the right kind of training, that they get the right kind of outfits that they have to wear. Tell us about the whole thing.
Yeah, thank you very much, Regis. Actually, yeah, the Dutch government, which is represented here by the embassy, so work closely by the embassy of Dutch in Rwanda, and with these visiting parliamentarians, they actually came to see where is the Dutch money, the taxpayers of Dutch people, where is their money going? And one of the main programs they are supporting is the land program, Land Tenure Regularization Program. So land is a very, very important area for Rwandans. I would say for Africa, but in particular for Rwandese.
The majority of the country, right?
Yeah, exactly, over 90%. And the fact that actually during the genocide, land was used to mobilize population against the other so that they kill each other to take over the land.
Right.
And this is why for us in RISD we take land as a very important element in terms of reconciliation, in terms of sustainability, in terms of economic progress.
All right. Now, when we're talking about land disputes and resolving them, Rwanda has been, heralded worldwide for being great at what they do. What's the secret for knowing how, for Abunzi to know how to put them together, make sure that, lands are given the right way, fairly? How does it work? Tell us about the process in itself.
Yes. Actually, the secret behind Rwanda's land reform success is because it's grassroots rooted. And it's a history that has been made worldwide to see how the government of Rwanda can register over 10,000 parcels within just 3 years period. This normally happens over 10 years, 15 years period, but it has been done within almost 3 years period. And this is because it's rooted at the grassroots. And normally in other countries, disputes come about when there is land reform. Also in Rwanda, it was expected the dispute will come and will be even higher, but the government planned ahead, did an intervention of creation of grassroots abunzi. So these mediators at the grassroots do intervene because they know the people in the neighborhood, they know whose original land existed. So these mediators control the expansion of disputes, and they intervene in resettling them immediately. And the program that we are now running in partnership with the Minister of Justice and the Minister of Lands is to build the capacity of Abunzi so that they can register the disputes as they come and manage them immediately. And like in the court, court process, as our Minister of Justice says, that if someone hates you, takes you to court.
Right. Because
like people who went in exile 30 years ago, when they came back in 94, they found the same dispute still in court.
Right, it takes a long time.
It takes a long time. But now with Abunzi, within 30 days, they are supposed to have resolved any dispute that come about.
I always say that Abunzi and Gachacha is a very similar system because it's very efficient, like you just said. And what the Minister, Busije, has said also is that, the justice courts tend to take a long time. But when it's done by the people, for the people, it goes a bit further. Now, the Dutch, the way they look at Rwanda and the success story, I saw in the report how, they were asking questions about how they can help even more. Now, this was a 3-year program, 2012 to 2015. Now we have another one going from 2015 to 2018. Well, what's going to be different in that one?
Thank you very much for asking that question. The first program looked only at building the capacity of Abunzi mainly in the area of mediation so that they don't end up working like in the court, working like judges. So we made sure that in the 11 districts where we are working, the Abunzi, when they take on a dispute, they resolve so that at the end of the process, both disputants are now friends, coexistence, promotion of coexistence. And now in the next phase, what we are going to focus on is the research. We are going to focus on using the IT to do the research, to look at the 11 districts. How are disputes coming about? What's the impact of these disputes in terms of economic? What is the impact in terms of women empowerment, economic empowerment? So we are going to use the IT more friendly so that we give the information to the Minister of Justice, to local government, to Natural Resources Authority. So we are going to do more research in the area of dispute. We are going to look at land use. How are people using their land? Are women able to get access to credit in the bank? Is the youth going to be able to have access to the youth? And linking it, of course, to the dispute management. So that's going to be the difference. We are going to add now the economic part. How is land registered benefiting the community?
Well, Director Kairaba, we love having you on the show. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you very much,
Welcome
Regis,
back
and
anytime.
thank you for inviting me.
All right, it's a pleasure.